Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Amber, and in today's video we will be doing another free furniture flip, another piece that I was gifted from a family member. If you're not already subscribed and you like to see makeovers like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here is the piece that I will be working on today. This is from what I could find on the internet. It looks like it's from the 1920s or the 1930s. It is a antique tube radio cabinet.
You said you had to go away just to figure out who you are. And I'm in this empty house with your pictures on my wall. But I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. Now I'm just waiting.
If you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know I always like to start by taking apart anything that does come apart from each piece. I try to unscrew everything, take out any shelves, anything like that. It makes it easier to work on. And then I always give every piece a really good clean, and I use some warm water and Dawn dish soap, and then I wiped everything back with just some clean fresh water to get rid of any soap residue.
I guess we forgot about the way we could sit and talk all night. We just let the good times pass and got caught up in our fights. I say I don't mind, but that's a lie. Thought we'd work it out.
So where that little tack is, there used to be a piece of paper that had the information on what this piece actually was. I'm usually good at being like FBI status and finding stuff out on the internet, but all I could find was these numbers, and then there's a little maker's mark in the corner, and I wasn't able to find anything. So if you guys actually know what this is, please let me know below. I used some wood filler to fill in any imperfections, dent stings. There's quite a bit on this. And then I used a piece of 220 sandpaper and sanded all that wood filler off, as well as just sanded the entire piece to give it a really good scuff sand.
It's hopeless to be holding on to you.
The turn legs on this was actually a couple different pieces of wood glued together. It wasn't one single solid piece of wood. And there was a few cracks, so I took my glue syringe and some Gorilla Glue and filled those in, and then using some clamps, I just clamped it together and let it dry. I'm going to be staining these legs, so I needed to remove the original finish off of them. So I went in with some clean strip with a chip brush and put that on there and let it sit for a while. I then came in with some steel wool instead of a scraper and basically just kind of rubbed it off. And then I cleaned up any of that residue with some mineral spirits.
Be holding on to you.
After the legs had dried from all the stripper and everything, I went in and hand sanded with another 220 piece of sandpaper just to get off any residual stuff that was left behind and to smooth everything out. Since this was originally a radio cabinet, it did not have a bottom, and the shelf had holes in it for cords, so I needed to cut some new wood for the bottom and the shelf, and I did that using my table saw, and I just found some scrap wood in the garage to use. I know you guys didn't think that I was just going to get rid of this cool detail front piece, so I had some assistance cutting out the shape to match the front hole detail, but I'm not going to show you guys where I'm putting it because it'll give away the full reveal, so you'll have to wait till the end to see that. So I wasn't sure if I was going to distress this or not, so just to keep my options open, I went with spraying clear shellac instead of going with a white Zinsser bin primer like I normally do, so that I could decide later if I wanted to actually distress it to see the natural wood underneath or not.
To think that she'd be the one. Whoa.
I decided to use the color Willow from Mélange. This is a color that was just released in August as part of the Wild Garden collection. It's a really earthy green, and it does have slight yellow undertones, which I don't really see that too much, but it's a really nice muted green. I'm spraying this on with my HomeRite Super Finish Max, and I did spray a total of 2 coats.
She promised me to never leave my side, but she left me here alone. I know it's dumb, I still check my phone, 'cause I can't move on. Whoa. Why did she go? Whoa. Was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be the one?
This piece did not have a backing, so I did cut one out, and then I brushed on Willow. I did a total of 2 coats on the back of it. I then used Varathane in Dark Walnut in the water-based formula to stain the legs, and I stained the new bottom and the new shelf that I cut out in the same color as well.
Was I supposed
To seal and protect everything, I am using Polyvine in Dead Flat, and I am applying this with my Polyvine varnish brush. I alternated between the brush on the really flat surfaces and then my blue applicator sponge on the more curved detail areas. I did a total of 2 coats of Polyvine on everything.
a new best friend? Yeah, it hurts a bit. I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy, then it's for the better that you are not with me. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak.
Once all of that was dry, I secured the new bottom that I cut out and stained into place with some Gorilla Glue.
I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else.
Then using my brad nailer, I secured the new backboard into place.
It doesn't feel like it was long ago.
Alright, and before we get into the final reveal, let's take a look back and remember what we started with.
Somehow we got lost. Looking back, I didn't realize what was wrong with me. I can't deny I took you for granted. You finally had enough.
And here is the completed look. As always, let me know below in the comments what you guys think of it.
Write so much better than I speak, and I need to tell you, you were my best friend to the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend.
If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave those below as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next weekend.